How to make an RSI and Bollinger Band trading robot for beginners. Too The first thing you want to do is open up MetaTrader 4 and go to this little tab right here, or press F4. You should have a window pop up. The next thing you want to do is click New, hit Expert Advisor, and from here, type in the name of the robot. We're going to type this in as RSI and Bollinger Band Trading EA. Hit Next. We don't need on timer on event chart. On tester, we don't need that. And just hit Next. So the things that we need to do is make sure that our on tick, and I'll make this a little bit bigger for you guys to see. We're going to be using our on tick, okay? Now, during this process, guys, we'll be using very simple code. So the first thing we're going to need is something to measure or watch our equity, okay? So we're going to use this comment, and we're going to call it comment money sign plus account equity. So if we don't know what something is, guys, just double click in, select it, and hit F1, and a window will pop up telling you what it means. And this is just a reference, okay? And basically, it'll give our account equity. So when we're using this trading robot, we want to figure out what our account equity is going to be in the top left-hand corner at all times. Our next thing we're going to do is create our RSI. Now, this is RSI value. You guys can change to whatever you like, but this is a very simple one for you guys to use. Okay. This is going to be double, and basically double to anything that's not a whole number. We're going to call it the RSI. We're going to use the default RSI as RSI. All you have to do is double select it and hit F1. A window will pop up, and that's our reference, showing you how to program it, okay? What we're going to use is null to work on all currency pairs on the broker uses. We're going to use the default time frame, which is 0. We're going to use a period of 12, the close of the close candle, and the shift of 0. So basically the current candle, okay? Once we do that, we're going to use our next thing as a Bollinger Band, okay? Now the Bollinger Band is very easy to program too. We're going to use it called double, BB, called Bollinger Band, and we're going to be I bands. Same thing, null, our period of 10. You can change it to anything you want. Everything I have, you guys can change it. We're going to use when we go to here, it's going to be at a 2.0, and that 2.0 is going to be basically our deviation, basically how big the bands are, okay? 3.0 will be even bigger, 1.0 smaller. We're going to apply a price. We're going to use 0, which is the close of the candle, or the ask, or the current ask for the close of the candle. And if the indicator, we have 3 modes. We have mode main, mode upper, or mode lower. We're going to use upper, which is going to be 1, we have right here, and the shift of 0, so the current candle, okay? So our next thing is entering the trade, okay? So once we enter a trade, we're going to have 2 parts. This part is going to be entering at a RSI high value, and this is going to be entering after the Bollinger Band. And our next thing we're going to do is do a second part, which I'm going to show you, okay? So here's our order. And basically, it's going to be if orders equals 0, make sure there's no orders open, and the ask is greater than the Bollinger Band upper, and the RSI is greater than 50. Remember, you can change these values to whatever you like. You can change it to 20, change it to 30, change it to 70. It's up to you. It's all simple code that you guys can edit for this robot, okay? Now, when it comes to the sell limit order, basically we're going to be when the Bollinger Band goes up, when the ask price goes up, exceeding the Bollinger Band upper, and the RSI is high, we're going to be entering on a sell limit, okay? It's going to be a little bit above. Basically, we're going to enter a null in order to be a sell limit. We're going to enter on a 0.01 lots, which you guys can modify. We're going to be entering about 5 pips above the bid price. Our slippage is 10, and our stop loss is going to be 0.01, which for euro pound, okay? And we're going to be using a 50 pip stop loss, target profit. So it's going to be 5 to 1, okay? Our null, when it comes to this right here, if we delete this comma, it's going to be our comment, so no comment. And our magic number is 125333. You can make it whatever you like. Just make sure it stays consistent. And our pending order is going to be time current plus 30 or 300 times 20. So it's going to be open up for 20 candles on the 5 minute, okay? And we're going to make it a colored binge. And that's our first part, okay? Very easy code. Now let's get to the secondary part, okay? And this is going to be our scalper for our trade, okay? Now remember, this is very easy code, simple to do, okay? If any question or comment, just drop them below and I will get to them as soon as possible, okay? Our next thing that we're going to do is add our, let me see, go down here, add our second order, okay? Now, this is going to be our scalper, and our scalper is going to be very, very important, okay? Now, our scalper is going to enter in trades as the trade moves down. So once we have some profit on our first order, we're going to enter in our next order, okay? And we're going to be using this part of the code right here. Now, for int, and this is a loop, okay? Our int is going to be orders total. It's going to make sure that our total orders right here is going to equal 1. So if it equals 0 or equals 1, it's going to check and it goes going through. It's going to have to be either greater than or equal to 0. Minus, minus, so it goes back to 0. And that would mean if it's negative, it won't run at all. So it can't be 0 to go through. We're going to do order select, and it's going to be position of the eye, and it's going to be mode trend. Basically, it's going to be select the order in our position, and mode trades equals true. And if that's true, we're going to select the order. If the order selected, which is the one above, is an OP cell, means an active order, not a limit order, our order is a cell limit. I'm sorry, is our matches the symbol, and our magic number equals our magic number. Usually have that across, and our orders total is equal to or less than 1. Has to be less than or greater than. So basically, if it's more than 1, it's not going to work. You can actually make it equals 1 if you want to. And the order profit of that current order is greater than $1. And our sell counter is less than 1. Sell counter can be used, basically it limits the amount of orders that are open. So you can keep doing it 1 or 2 times or 3 times or 4 times and to repeat that scalping order, okay? And I'll show you multiple examples of that. We're going to do int sell market, right? Order send, and same things, but it's going to be off the bid price. It's going to have a large stop loss and a small target profit. And it's going to be clear Alice blue, okay? We're going to do a print says second order went through and sell counter. Now we got to put our global in, and that's our only global. And we scroll to the top and basically have this at the top of your code, okay? Let's put it under the properties. Now we have our sell counter, and then our reset for the sell counter is when we have no orders open, the sell counter goes to 0. So now we have a very simple trading robot, which I'll show you a little bit more in detail that we can modify, okay? And it's very easy. Once again, have the code, just pause the video and go through, okay? Now we hit compile, we have no errors. And one thing I need to make sure we go through is this right here, we're gonna modify a couple times, okay? To show you how to make the scalper more efficient, okay? Let's go through. We go through here, go to strategy tester, open that up, and we're looking for RSI and Bollinger Band trading, okay, EA. We're gonna use euro dollar. We're going to hit start. It's going to move pretty quickly, okay? Just letting you know. And if you guys do not like the color, just go to properties and change it up, okay? You can do black on white. You can do this right here. And we have our equity up here, just based off that comment, okay? And we're going to run it. It's going to be really, really fast, okay? Just letting you know. But you'll see the pending order go through, and once your scalper go through, it's been pretty good so far. And you'll see that the order went through here. And once it makes $1 in profit, it's going to enter our next trade. Okay? See? We made $1 right there, and it does it once, and it just keeps on going over and over and over again. Now it takes some big losses, takes some big wins, and it just keeps on going through. But so far, it's not doing too bad. Yes, it takes some losses. Maybe you can add some reversals to it. But if we look at the equity graph, we're at $44, $50. And look at our trade so far. Not too bad, right? For a simple scalper. And you can do this. This is very easy to do, very simple robot. And if it keeps on doing this over and over again, yeah. So let's modify it into so it can scalp even more. Okay. So it can enter in several scalps at the same time. Let's go back to our code, the little right here. And all you need to do is change this to sell counter cannot be, say, let's try less than 4. Okay. So we'll go back and it's going to enter in three scalps instead of just 1. Okay. We hit stop. Not too bad. So we got our Bollinger Band indicator and RSI. And we look at it right here. Now, this is not meant to make money, guys. Remember, this is just for educational use, so you guys can practice making trading robots, okay? Hit start. We'll change the color again. And it's pretty easy. Just go hit F8, and then you can hit candlesticks, make it a little bit easier. And now we'll have multiple trades going through. Let's zoom out a little bit. See how the scalping keeps on adding more than one scalp? It does get caught a couple times, but you have to be aware that these are the risks involving scalping robots like that. But this is just a trader, and that I wanted to make for you guys to think, try something different using Bollinger Bands and also the RSI for scalping and for kind of trend trading a little bit. I mean, it's pretty big for difference, but if you look at the equity, it's doing pretty good. As long as it doesn't get too bad or caught, but it's a different type of trader. And I hope this brings you guys a lot of value. Let's stop the robot right now. And you can see that it enters in a whole lot more. Actually, let me zoom in a little bit better for you guys. So if you can see, off of something good like this, it entered in right here. Let me zoom in a little bit more. You can see that's the big entry right there. And once it hit $1 right here, it entered into the scalp trade, scalp trade, scalp trade, scalp trade, scalp trade, and boom. And then it made the big trade right there. Now, you guys can add a whole bunch of code to this, adding stop loss, trailing stop losses. And also right here, you can see that the pending order didn't go through for 20 candles. Let's see. It's about 20 candles here. 20 candles. And it'll just keep doing that over and over and over again. A very easy, simple trading strategy. Look. 1, 2. So it hit $1 in profit. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a very simple robot. I hope this helps you guys out. And yeah, please like, share, and subscribe, and check out my other videos.